General Milley. Secretary McCord, do you have a statement?
No, Mr. Chairman, other than to wish your staff director a speedy recovery.
Thank you very much. Secretary Austin and General Milley, logistics is not the most exciting topic, but in many cases it's one of the most crucial topics, particularly in the Pacific, where distance is as much an enemy as our opposing forces. First, Ms. Secretary, and then General Milley, can you comment upon the investments we're making in our modernizing our logistics, particularly in the Indo-PACOM area, command and control activities that would help deliver these resources to our troops?
Thanks, Chairman. As I stated earlier, in this budget, we're asking to invest some $9.1 billion in the Pacific Deterrence Initiative. That will enable us to strengthen forward infrastructure so we can continue to forward deploy troops. So that will enable us to deter further forward in theater. In addition to that, we've pushed a number of our sustainment elements, like fuel, further into the theater, and we continue to make sure that we have a diverse and agile footprint so that we can rapidly respond to any challenge. But I think that we're investing in the right things and going after the right capabilities to make sure that we can operate further forward.
Thank you. General Milley, please.
Yes, Senator, thank you. Key here is one of the keys here is ammunition, and the Secretary has directed that we analyze all of our ammunition stockages in light of what's going on in Ukraine. That's a key area that we need to increase our capabilities here in the coming years, is ammunition. The second piece there is lift. In the area of lift, both sea lift and airlift, there's a lot of investments in this budget and previous budgets. That'll be an area that requires continued sustained levels of effort is in order to move the force. Projecting power is a key attribute of the U.S. military, and we do that through sea lift and airlift. So that's a second key point. And the last one I would say is the posture. The Secretary has initiated a series with the Indo-PACOM commander, a series of posture adjustments in the Pacific, which should better position us for sustainment, logistical sustainment, if any conflict ever happens.
Thank you very much. Mr. Secretary, we are in a moment where we're having a challenge getting general officers off the floor of the Senate and to their assigned stations after they've been recommended by the Department of Defense and cleared in terms of their performance and their capabilities. Can you tell us what the cumulative effects of this would be in terms of denying promotions to people who are going to take key jobs?
Thanks, Chairman. The effects are absolutely critical in terms of the impact on the force. This is one of the busiest times, or one of the most complex times that we've seen lately. We see a war, the largest conflict in Europe since World War II. We see an aggressive China operating in the Indo-Pacific. We see Iranian-backed elements going after our troops. And there are a number of things happening globally that indicate that we could be in a contest on any one given day. Not approving the recommendation for promotions actually creates a ripple effect through the force that makes us far less ready than we need to be. If you look at what we have coming up, I mean, there are five three-star promotions that are near term, and one of those is the commander of our fleet out in the Gulf, and that's a critical position. Then that starts to multiply. You 70 more positions, 3- and 4-star positions over time. They include the chiefs of the Army, the Marine Corps, the Navy, and also the chairman's replacement at some point in time, although nobody wants to see that happen. So the effects are cumulative, and it will affect families. It will affect kids going to schools because they won't be able to change their duty station. And so it's a powerful effect and will impact on our readiness.
As I look forward, I have never in my almost 3 decades here seen so many key military positions coming up for replacement. We have the Commandant of the Marine Corps, the Chief of Staff of the Army, the CNO of the Navy, and as you mentioned, the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, by law, has to leave in September. And if we cannot resolve this situation, we will be, in many respects, leaderless and at a time of great conflict. So I would hope we would expedite and move quickly on this front. Thank you. With that, let me recognize Senator Wicker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.